Hey kids, it's Mr. and Fly here, hope you're well, and welcome to the Biker Scran with Geoff and Dan Christmas Special. Well, hello folks, and welcome back to the channel, hope you're well. You join me on the trusty GS, which is all liveried of course, in its tinselled loveliness, because this is, as I mentioned, the Christmas Special for Biker Scran. Something we like to do every year, if we can. It is an absolutely chuffing freezing day today. Well, I say that, it's 6.5 degrees that according to the GS, so it's not a warm day, it's definitely heated grips on number. So we're not going to be going too far, we're just, this is going to be quite a quick Biker Scran I suspect, because it's just a little local place that we're going to. It's somewhere that somebody recommended in one of the comments. I can't remember if it was on the last Biker Scran or whether it was on a Twits episode, but somebody said, oh, you should try out the Orchard View Farm, just outside Prince's Risborough, which isn't very far away from Great Bissenden. So on a day like today, particularly with my Dickie's shoulder, I'm not sure if I've mentioned that before, I don't want to be riding too far, so yeah, sounds like this could be a good one. The reviews are all good. It's basically a sort of a farm shop affair with a cafe attached, but it does look good. So I don't know how I haven't seen it before, because certainly me and Mrs. Fly go out and try most of the cafes in the area. This could be a good new one to add to the old list, so thank you to whoever that was, and I'm sorry I didn't make a note of your name, that recommended the Orchard View Cafe. Anyway, I'm due to meet Geoff and Dan down there. New year always brings lots of new bikes, so I shall remember quiz them about what they're looking forward to next year bike wise, and we'll also check out the Scran at the Orchard View Farm Shop Cafe. So stick around, stay tuned, let's see what today brings. You know what, I say it every time I come out on the GS, but this bike is so good. I've relegated it to winter hack status, which is absolutely not what it is, because it's just a flipping brilliant motorcycle, this. And even though I've had it now for, well, exactly 10 years, pretty much to the day actually. No, I lie. It was Christmas 2013, so that's 11 years. Still rides as good today as the day I bought it. Still feels as good, still handles as well, it's as comfortable, and of course I've had all those years, over a decade now, of fun travels on this machine. Absolutely love my GS. It is looking pretty slippery on the old road, so I tend to have her in dynamic mode all the time, because there's no doubt the 1200 GS, which this is, hasn't quite got the poke and go that the 1250 has, and I'm ridden the 1250 extensively on tours and things, so I kind of got used to how that feels. So if I have this in anything other than dynamic, it feels maybe a little bit slower than the other bikes, although nothing significantly really. But anyway, dynamic is my favourite mode to have it in. But looking at the mud and stuff on these roads, I'm thinking maybe I should go for rain. Nope, I'll brave it out. We'll see how it goes. So I hope you've got your Christmas lists in, folks, and that Santa will be loading up the sleigh with the motorcycle gifts that you want this year. Huge thank you to everybody that ordered, by the way, that Aichi C3 that I made a video about a month ago, which is the little gadget, a bit like this one, that gives you Apple CarPlay on your motorcycle. Did a great deal with those guys, managed to get you a discount so you can get it for 70 quid. The one I've got on here on the BMW, I've also made a video about. This is the Chiggy, but this is about 400 quid. So different league of expense, although it does fit straight into the BMW cradle, which is quite nice. But yeah, the Aichi one has been selling like hot cake, so thank you to everybody that's bought those. I do hope if you were getting them for a Christmas present, you got them in time. I know that the guys actually at the factory were ramping up to meet demand, because so many people bought them. So hopefully if that's going to be under your tree tomorrow, you're going to enjoy those. I find CarPlay, and I assume Android Auto is exactly the same. I find it a very useful addition. And if you did miss the boat and you fancy treating yourself after Christmas, then there's the link below for the Aichi C3 if you want to get yourself one of those. It comes up when you hit on the link as about 94 quid or something, but when you get to the checkout and to the basket, that's when the discount is applied, and it'll go down to around about 74 quid, something like that. Whoa, it's looking pretty slippy through here, but my mighty GS is handling it with aplomb. Very glad to have the heated grips and heated seat on here today. Right, I'm luckily going to be there early. We agreed to meet at 12:30. They're saying I'm going to be there at 12:06. These guys are old school. They like to be places early, which I thoroughly respect and applaud such things. Maybe I'll actually beat them for once. Although I'm not holding my breath on that, because I don't think I ever have so far in the years we've been doing Biker Scran. Right, well, the weather's taken a slight turn for the worst. Let's give you a little clean again. Hopefully you can still see. Apparently it's just up here on the right, and it's called it's called Orchard View Farm, and this place is called Little Needle. Yeah, I'm glad we weren't travelling too far today. Not the best day for riding, eh? Things we do for you for a Christmas special, eh? The question is, will I beat Geoff and Dan? Right, this looks sort of farm shoppy, doesn't it? This must be it, surely. I have booked a table, by the way, which I don't normally do, so... Uh-oh, got to go off-road. Oh no, we haven't. Oh, it's a bit gravelly. I was thinking about bringing the Goldwing out, actually. I'm rather glad I didn't. Aha! I can see a motorcycle just arriving. Who's that? That looks like Geoff. Look, he's beat me to it. I can't believe it, look. I'm half an hour early. Unbelievable. This looks like fun.
I can't hear a word you say because I've got my earplugs.
Me too. Did you go through that gap to get there, or did you reverse it in manfully?
I reversed it in manfully.
Oh, looks like she's going. I'm going to ride round the back and go through the gap. See you in a mo. See, Geoff's about 90 years old if he's a day, and he can manhandle his bike backwards into that spot. I'm going to cheat, slipping behind that rather nice looking lady. Oh, could go in there now. Tight. Liking this, Jeffrey. You've put some proper effort into this, haven't you?
And the back.
Oh, hang on. Oh, look at this. Cable tied and everything.
Well, of course it's cable tied.
Oh, that's brilliant. This is optimistic as well. I've barely had time to get my crash helmet off, and Dan's already arrived. What's the time, Geoff? It's about 12:10, isn't it?
Oh, Dad. It's noddy past big ears.
Look at that.
12:10.
Nice.
You early?
Good day, sir.
How
beat
we
you.
doing?
I beat you. Heat your gloves, liking the look of that. Cool. Oh, you've gone turtle again.
Oh, it's the weather for it, isn't it?
It is.
But I'm glad no rain was forecast today.
I know.
Because that would have put us off.
Is that what they mean by camel toe?
Hey, hi, Greg. How are you anyway? Looking good?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Bike's looking clean.
Well, it's going to have another clean when I get home, isn't it?
Hey, you've had a shock upgrade.
I have. It's shock news. Yes.
Yeah. What happened? Did you do that copying me because I had the same ones?
I did. Yes.
Are they on the right way round, or are they upside down?
Sorry.
Are they upside down?
Upside.
Well, the writing's on the right way.
Right.
I don't know. I have no idea. They probably are. I'm sure they are. You know more about this sort of thing than me.
Where do you expect them? What?
I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
Geoff, have a word.
Anyway, sorry, you were saying. You bought them because...
I've upgraded the rear shocks and it no longer kangaroos down the road.
They are better, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what the new bike's like. You know the Bear that they brought out?
Yes.
I wonder if that's going to be any better.
Well, they've got rid of those stupid piggyback shocks.
Yes, that's
and they've
right.
Just got some straight.
Yeah, maybe
shocks.
it'll be better
I think
then.
They're a branded shock as well, aren't they?
Are they?
I've got a feeling they are.
I've got a vague feeling it might even have fancy Bibrave brakes and stuff, and they've sort of upgraded it generally, haven't they? Yeah. Are you tempted?
No.
Because you've had this a couple of years now, haven't you?
It's going to be 3 years next June.
Right. And why aren't you tempted out of interest?
It's got a TFT dashboard.
Yeah, so that's what are they thinking?
A classic bike with the TFT and TFT dashes.
What? Not like it looks a bit like that then, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's outrageous, isn't it,
Yes,
Jeffrey?
no, look, we've made the effort.
I've got tinsel,
Tinsel,
holly.
Holly, Santa hat.
What's going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. Neither of you bought me an advent calendar, so in protest, I'm not trimming my bike.
Is that a thing then that we're supposed to do that?
You're supposed to buy me? Yeah, well, I'll
tell you what, I'll buy you lunch. I'll buy you lunch.
Oh, that was
Dan,
he
I'll
picked the
send
hint.
you an advent calendar tonight today.
Right, so
Now the winter fuel allowance has been nicked.
oh, don't start. So here we are then, Orchard View Farm. So a punter recommended this to us.
Yes.
And the reviews seem quite good.
Yes.
Although it said breakfast stops at 11:30. We're on the lunch menu now. So
Oh, right, okay.
if that means we can't get a fry, but we can only get a cake, that's going to be disappointing.
I think we'll be getting built on.
Yeah, South
Looks a bit
African
like-
imports.
Yeah, look at that.
It's not exactly the best carbon footprint then, is it?
No.
When it started to rain, it made it
Nice and warm in here. Right, we've disrobed. I've made an effort, of course, with a new Christmas jumper. Jeffrey's made an effort with, I think that was last year's, to be fair, was it not? Oh, is it a
this
new
is-
one?
This is brand new.
It looks a bit mothy. Was it from the charity shop?
No, it's from Sainsbury's.
Was it? Got mine in Asda, but
Tesco, tell her that.
okay, creme de la creme. It's chuffing brilliant.
National Railway Museum.
Oh, nice. I tell you what, that is a work of art, isn't it? And it shows you're quite slim there as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't,
You're breathing that in there.
I'm going to have to breathe out in a moment.
Is that a tank engine?
Right, so we've been given clearance to film in here, although there's music playing, so we might have to limit the amount we do, or I'll get a copyright strike. Apparently we're on to the lunchtime menu, chaps. We're just having a little chat about the menu.
Yes.
And Jeffrey has spotted that there's actually some Yuletide favourites on the menu.
Over there.
Yep.
Roasted turkey baguette. Or... No, it's a roasted turkey bap.
And the question is, will it compare to Pat's Baps?
Not a chance.
Double award winning.
What awards have they won then, other than the TMF award for best cafe yet visited?
They've won 2 Cotswold
Hey,
awards,
that's
yes.
it, fantastic. Well done, Pat's Baps. We must pay them a visit again in the summer, perhaps. Anyway, this seems all right, doesn't it?
Lovely, yeah, it's nice. Nice inside.
Yeah, it's warm. I'm thinking you can overdo the turkey, though.
Yeah,
You know,
can.
this time of
And
year.
I had some last Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was the ukulele group Christmas dinner. Christmas
Was it?
lunch.
Always a raucous affair, I
It certainly
imagine.
was.
Right, after much deliberation, we've decided what we're going to have. We're going for something different each this time. Right, the orders are in. While we're waiting, a little bit of motorcycle discussion. So, Dan, you went to Motorcycle Live, didn't you, this year?
I did.
And you went to EICMA as well, didn't you?
I did.
What did you make of it? Over to you.
So Motorcycle Live was actually buzzing both. I went on the opening Saturday and the Monday.
Yep.
Buzzing on both days.
Yep.
It feels really small after you've been to EICMA, and that's always a bit unfair on Motorcycle Live. But actually, people were. There was a couple of the stands were really busy.
Which ones were really busy?
The Honda stand was incredibly busy. The Yamaha stand was pretty busy, and the Royal Enfield stand was really busy.
Right, so the MotoGP one that was, wasn't it? Is that the Royal Enfield? No,
No,
because
no.
I heard that was really busy as well, with all the Chinese bikes on it. Did you notice that one?
It was quite busy, and in fact, there were people like Cove and Vosges there.
Yeah,
So the new Chinese brands, and they were, there's a lot of interest in their bikes.
yeah.
They look. I mean, actually, if you put if you put one of the big brands' badges on their bikes, you wouldn't really know any different from the sort of style and the quality of them.
Yeah, they're certainly not to be ignored now, are they?
No.
No.
So it was quite, but the atmosphere in there was quite good. So I quite liked it. The only thing, my only beef is that they have all this live action there, and
Yep.
I get why they do it, but it's so noisy and it permeates all the halls, and after
Yes.
a while it's quite tiring.
Draining,
You
yep.
can't- you have to shout at people to talk, and I know I'm sounding like a bit of an old git. But if you can go to EICMA in Milan,
Yeah.
do it.
Right. Why? Just because of the sheer scale of it?
The scale of it's absolutely mind-blowing. We were doing 20,000 steps a day.
Wow.
Just walking.
So it's good for fitness.
Well, as you can see,
Yes,
from my
exactly.
racing snake physique, the food in Italy is fantastic, and even around the halls in Aichmer, you can get a really good coffee and a nice croissant, even if you just want to sort of stop for something.
That's Italy for you.
And the public transport in Milan is amazing, so you can stay in a sort of cheaper part of town, and for like €3 you can get to the, in half an hour you can be at the show.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, all the manufacturers are launching all the new stuff there.
Maybe I should give that a try next year.
Yeah, but yes.
Is it still biannual?
No, it's every
Every
year.
year. And is there an actual press day that
Yes,
I could blag my way
that's
into?
the Tuesday, and that's the day to go on, because
Right.
on public
Oh.
days it's rammed.
We've got a black Americano.
That's right.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
You like a black Americano, don't you?
I do.
He looks like a black American.
So you didn't go to the NEC that I'm taking it, Jeff, or did you?
No,
I didn't
no,
either. I didn't.
no.
They're all a bit the same for me, but maybe 1 year I'll go again.
Well, it was a time factor more than anything
Yeah.
else. I thought about going, but I just ran out of time really to get everything done that I needed to get done
Sure.
before the end of the month.
So of the bikes you've seen this year that have been launched, is there anything that piques your interest if you were to buy something?
To be honest, I haven't really looked because not being in the market for a new bike, I've
Yeah.
not really taken a lot of notice. I did sort of have a look at some of the reviews. What's that girl who's
Username Kate. Good old Kate,
I
yeah.
looked at her reviews and some
Yeah.
of the stuff looks quite nice.
What about you, Dan? You got anything you excited about bike-wise that you saw there?
The most exciting thing I saw there is the Moto Morini 3.5 Sport.
Yes.
So it's 50 years since the original Moto Morini 3.5 Sport, which was a bike I always wanted to have as a youth.
Yep.
And
Long time ago.
Back in the day, 350cc was an insurance break. So it was, if you were in your 20s, you really couldn't afford to insure anything over 350cc if you were in your early 20s. So effectively, you were restricted. And I fancied a Morini 3.5 Sport, but it was so expensive. I mean, it was beautiful, but it was really expensive for a 350, so I didn't have one. And then they've launched a new version of it, and they've just done, I think they've done a brilliant job on it, because it looks like a modern take on the 350 Sport.
Fantastic.
Still a little V-twin. It's a nice little compact bike. The lines are the same. It just looks really nice.
A V-twin of that capacity would be quite something, wouldn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
Here we are.
food up. Here we go. Mark, I'm a ham, egg and chips, yep.
Here we are, that's your one.
Thank you very much. Oh, check that out.
Pulled pork back.
Chunky chips.
There we are. The other one.
Hey, that looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, look at that.
Pulled pork bap, no less.
Pork bab.
We've got to open it up for the viewers so we can see what we're into here. Oh, that's going to get stuck in my teeth.
With chipotle sauce.
Oh, didn't we have that before somewhere?
What is a
that was
chipotle sauce?
I don't know.
It's
sort of
it's
spicy, isn't it?
Yeah, chipotle. I think
Chipotle,
it's
yeah.
Chipotle. It's a type of
Sausage.
chili.
Chipotle.
And there we go.
Lovely.
So, can I get you any sauces?
Right, what are you going for, Dan?
I've gone for the turkey, the seasonal turkey bab with stuffing and pigs in blankets, and
It's all there.
it's all there, and a little bit of greenery. So as you can see,
Healthy.
yes.
Salad quotient is there. Oh, I forgot to say no coleslaw. I'll have
Well, that's
that.
right. It hasn't.
I'll have that.
I'll trade you.
It's not incriminated or
No, it's not.
encroached, not incriminated. What's the word I'm looking for?
Contaminated.
Contaminated.
I don't want coleslaw contamination.
Thank goodness there's somebody here that can speak English. Right, we shall enjoy our lunch and get back to you. Right, thank you very much. Orchard View Farm Shop Cafe was. I think that was rather good. We did the scores on the doors. I think, gentlemen. Did we see anything of the South African imports, by the way? I don't think we did we?
No.
Unless the pulled pork, was that technically South African?
Not looking at what's around us.
Oh no, you must have it. No, that's a shame, isn't it? Anyway, scores on the doors. You normally go first.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going first this time.
Okay. give me a bit of
I
thinking
think it
time.
was, the food was excellent, or certainly what I had was. The ham was nice, it wasn't that plasticky stuff. The chip mountain, perfectly fluffy on the inside and crisp. The eggs were golden, dark, beautiful. And the pricing was pretty good too. So I'm actually going to give this one a 9. What do you think, Jeffrey?
Well, excuse my bad throat from a cold that I'm just getting over, but yeah, the pulled pork was nice. If I had a criticism at all, it was that the chips are catering chips. They were a bit
Really?
cardboardy.
Were
They're
they the
not
same chips
proper
as I had?
chunky chips.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought the chips were quite
I
good.
cut chunky chips and I cook them.
Oh, triple cooked?
Not chuck them out of a
That's
bag.
triple cooked versus chunky, though,
But,
surely, isn't
but
it?
that said, yes, it was very pleasant and very, very pleasant. Thank you very much for buying it.
That's right, I sensed an 8 coming on.
Yes.
I thought...
Eight is fine. And now somebody's going to run over our bikes.
what's your scoreage?
Well, my Christmas dinner in a BAP
Yes.
was sensational. The turkey was moist, it was clearly freshly cooked and properly roasted. It had the chipolatas, the pigs in blankets, it had the stuffing, bit of cranberry sauce. It was fabulous. And you paid for it.
Yeah, which helps, so the price was good for you.
I mean, cheap it is not, but actually, you wouldn't feel robbed. I think it was really good. It's a 9 from me.
Wow, fantastic. So not quite Paps level,
No.
but the BAP was worthy of a
Definitely.
Paps, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I mean, brioche buns.
Now I see. I can see we've obviously. It's obviously not worked with Geoff, but it worked for me and Dan. But I'll definitely be back because it's not too far away from home for me. So thumbs up all round for the Orchard View Farm Cafe. Thank you, gents, once again.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's the Christmas special after all.
It is.
This is the first time we've done a Christmas special actually in December as well.
It is.
We normally record them in August.
You can't give away our
Oh
trade
no,
secrets.
upload it. Right, thank you Orchard View Farm. And thank you Geoff and Dan once again for joining me for a lunch. Very pleasant it was too. We're now having to battle a bit of off-road action as we head back. It's warmed up a treat, 11 degrees now. Right, Dan's heading back North Oxford way, that way. I shall follow Jeffrey for a bit. Right, so there we go, another Biker Scran with Geoff and Dan in the can. And there's a white van. Ooh. Do love it when you get a rhyme. I imagine now we're moving into the proper grips of winter. We probably won't be getting out for another Biker Scran till spring probably now, so stick around, staying tuned to the channel for that. Hope you've enjoyed this edition, and do have yourself a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I look forward to speaking to you in 2025. Until then, this has been the Missenden Fly. Cheerio.